Well, yo, I'm being dumb, wouldn't do us any harm. Well, yo, I'm being dumb, wouldn't do us any harm. Well, yo, I'm being dumb, wouldn't do us any harm. And we'll all hang out in kind. Howdy, folks, it's Johan, your favorite little ink blob, back at it today with a continuation of some Celeste. Hope that is going well for everyone. Apologies for the slight delay there. I started the 3-minute countdown and went, I could brush my teeth, couldn't I? So I did. Feeling minty fresh. Thank you for the hydrate. Oh, this is going to be interesting. There's still just that little bit of toothpaste residue, but we'll see. Could have been worse. At least it wasn't orange juice. Hope everyone is doing well. Welcome in Tiziel, Carcy, and Rusted Heretic. Hope it is going well. So we did 1C, so we're on to 2C. Is toothpaste supposed to make your teeth squeaky clean, like they squeak? Probably not. I mean, they would only... Squeaky clean is because you're then applying friction. And it makes a little squeaking noise because there's... I believe that's from suction. Oh dear. So probably not, but, you know, I'm not out here trying to squeak my teeth, so... This is going to be... Whew, if you're a mouse, it'll be alright. I see what you did there. Very fair. Oh, God. Squeak when you rub your tongue? I suppose. Oh, man. Wait, so we don't... Oh, no, so our dash recharges when we go through that. Our dash recharges when we go through that, but we need to be able to dash through. Why is this so easy, or why this is so easy? Can we get it, like, so we're just barely hitting it and, like, lose momentum? No, it gives us momentum, so we need to... I might also just kind of forget how these work. Okay, so we've done this, but now we're out of... Funny room? Indeed. Welcome in, Pug. Wow. I got in just in time. So, I do apologize. I know I'm a bit late on starting. We'll see, but it's been fairly bad weather around where I'm at, and I went, you know, I'm on like a quarter tank of gas. I should probably go fill up before things start getting bad. I got home probably 10 minutes ago, was cleaning out my room a little bit, and it has literally just started snowing, which is gorgeous, but also, whew, made it just in time. So, this tells me, or this feels to me like we need to make it through and we need to use the dash to go up, but then we need to find a way to recharge it. So maybe we do an upright dash, but I think we'll clip the spikes. Yes, no, like perfect timing. I'm impressed with myself. Got into the stream, saw me fly out of the dream block and straight into spikes, and was just like, ah, yes, exactly. Yep, I mean, what else would one do? So we can also interact with the block that way. I don't know. Like, that's very interesting that we're given extra block on this side. I just don't know what for. Right, we can dash immediately after getting out, which is what I've been doing, but then we don't have a dash to enter the other dream block. Yeah, so we... Does the bird not teach you this trick? I don't believe so, but there's every chance that I've forgotten, because I have a terrible memory electrode. So one simple trick. Doctors hate it. Okay, no platform 9 3/4. Yeah, so that dooms us. Just like, good luck? Yeah, damn. Are we going to spend 2 hours just trying to figure out what this wants from us? Reverse double neutral hyper trans jump. Yeah, I definitely know what all of those would mean. Because, yeah, so, like, my inclination is, oh, this is weird that we get... It's weird that we get this little bit. But it doesn't look like... So when I go up and hold out, it doesn't seem to, like, get us high enough to do anything. Plus, we could just jump there normally, so... A reverse neutral jump even be? I guess... So gravity is pointing you upwards, so you're doing a neutral jump to keep your position from raising higher? But yeah, so... You can't get the dash back, that isn't the solution. So we either need to be creative about how we manage our dash out of here, or there's a way to get our dash back, not after, but like, no. So either we can get out of there without using a dash, or we use the dash in a very strategic way. The Tower of Trans. Dashin'. Man. So, just holding the back arrow doesn't work. Arrow. Back stick. Waiting before he runs is like ... dash dash ... dot. SOS? Thank you, Minecraft. Create estrogen mod. I will give no context to this. Fair enough. Minecraft estrogen mod. I mean, hell yeah. Not quite yet, Heretic. I appreciate it. I do want to think about it a little bit more and see if there's anything that I can think to do. Like... I'm trying to remember. So we've got the... Right, so that's hyper or... I forget what this is called, but... Yes, so we're aware that going over corners we can get a lot of extra momentum. That's kind of the big thing we've learned. One of the things it adds is dream blocks. Very nice. Yeah, just wall jump after getting out. Looks at spikes. There is... The corners do have potential gaps in them, but we would have to shrink down smaller than I think possible. Crouching then jumping, so that's a hyper. Okay. Seen the NES Mario Celeste ROM hack? Or the Mario World Celeste.smc? I do not believe so. Yes, Nobo? No, like off the dream block? Oh crap, wait, what? Huh. So could we dash? Would that... Because I don't know if it's a dash that allows you into the dream block or if it's just your momentum. Oh yeah, we've been stuck here for like the 10-ish minutes we've been going, Nobo. It's okay, we're still thinking about it, but yeah. No, really? Well, all right. In fairness, I would have taken forever on that. No, that was... Nobo just handed us the solution. Which, in the future, I do want to mess with it more, but... Oh my god. That would have probably been, like, another 10 minutes at the very least. Ah. Goodness. Okay. Checking Discord. I should restart the chapter? Okay. Why is that? You are... The judgment is still pending. Why would I restart the chapter? Dream wall jumping was something I was going to put in a custom map I was working on. They would be set up, though. I'll also never finish it. Oh, complete lack of Bozerta. But no, Dreamwall, I mean, that's fun because it's like right at the end. Bird teaches you the tech. Oh, when you restart? Wait, what? Really? Okay, sure, we'll do that. Restart chapter. Essie? Essie is messaging me on Discord, suggesting this. I see nothing from the bird. Do we actually have to, like... I'm curious, because I would love to see what the game says about this, but... We are forsaken by the bird. I will let it slide, because I think this was done with good intentions. So, you will get your points back. But yes, no bird, sad. Actually died 27 times to this? Yeah. Would have died a lot more. There, I died 28. Isn't a box for the bird to sit on, so I assume that the bird just isn't here. Yeah, I wonder why. I don't know if I've actually seen the bird, but... Oh god, okay. Oh, no. Okay. So, don't quite have the pathing there, but... Did more than I thought I could. Oh! Okay. Made it through there. Also really annoying. The reason for this is if you're a couple pixels off on a wall jump, it will shift you over to make you align to the wall. The thing is, if you're a couple pixels off on a dream block, you go whoop. Yeah, you go into the dream block, so you get to be in like a 3 pixel range. Yeah. Which, that's, honestly, that's quite rad. Like, that's a very goofy way of making things painful. Oh! So, in the previous one, I think our breakdown was like 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 45 minutes for the rooms. In this one, it's been... what? It was like 12 minutes, 4 minutes, and now will probably be an hour. Oh, god. So, dream block. Over and out. Thread our way back. Need to enter from the side, travel all the way through, swoop the up, across, through. Find our godforsaken way through that. I don't even know how we're going to tackle that. Do the grab thing so we can drop down. Go through there, go through there, go through there, go up. Oh my god. Oh, I don't think I'm going to be speedrunning this, Pug. Yes. Must be acting. Yes, I am not just that bad. Surely. And it's kind of an unintuitive thing when you first get to it. Oh no, certainly. It literally never occurred to me to grab. Apparently, I'm also forgetting how to dash straight to the right and hold jump. This is going to take a while. True, opposite direction as well. Oh, god. Okay. See, slow but steady progress. Nope. And trying to transition buttons. Hitting dash on accident. Okay. Whoop. Whoop. Hmm. Bah. Dash, jump, dash, jump, dash, jump. Too soon. Whee! Whee! Yeah, about that speedrun comment. Uh-huh. Are you rearranging the betting odds here? Oh god, there's probably people who do that. I'm not big into gambling. I find it very interesting to learn about gambling in a removed fashion, but it was just occurring to me, there's absolutely people who place bets on like people streaming or speedrunning stuff, aren't there? And I will say, I would probably make for very interesting, fodder for that. To be clear, don't do that. But I guess actually no, 100% happens because that's basically what the challenges are, right? Just with channel points, so it's not gonna hurt anything. I forgot dream jumping was something that is actually kind of hard. At least for me, it certainly is. No, because you gotta time it just right so that you're able to pop out of there and be able to get a clean jump into that next one. Goodness. I will say though, we're genuinely already getting further faster than I would have expected. Because Noom funny, so you've got good practice. This is I think I'm also entering too low, maybe? Aw. Second part is very cheesable, actually. I like cheese. Cheese is delicious. Oh, wait, what if I went further down and then went straight up? Ah, okay, but there's something there. Ah, I just need to be a bit better. I'm just genuinely astonished at how quickly we've gotten that first chunk down. Boop. I know that's, like, pretty standard for stuff we've been doing already, but trying to get fancy and, do the jump out of there, but I think... Oh! No! Still, we've gotten further. Things be happening. Oof. Oofta. Boingy, boingy, boingy. Aw. Boop. Boop. Aw. God, it's, I really love, I do wish, it's times like these that I wish I had a face cam so I could just turn around and, like, show you. Because you've got this, like, gorgeous falling star background in the game, and I'm looking outside at the world. It's like, it's the kind of snow, it's still warm enough that it's not, like, sticking, and we've had, like, a little bit of rain. So it's just, it's the lovely fat flakes just flurrying down and making the world, it's so pretty. See, those are the reasons I would want the face cam. Downsides, privacy, and also you'd have to look at my face, which, I'm gonna be real, I would probably have a donation goal for turning it off. I'm kidding. But, you're so done? Why so done? Oh, I dash to give myself a little extra space, but I don't have the second dash, Johan. Oh my god. You just am? Fair enough. A goal to turn off the face cam. Exactly. Save your eyes, please. Sometimes it is fair to just be done. Had a friend who was having a bad day at work today, and just everything was not going right. They were not feeling well, and I encouraged them. When they went, should I go home early? I went, you should go home early. If you are at the point where you think you could go home early, I trust you. You probably should. And sometimes, you should. About to buy clothes for the first time in, like, years, goddamn, nice! That's huge, Silver. I am actively working on, I have always been a, my sense of fashion has basically been, is it comfortable and does it maybe get a laugh out of people for pretty much as long as I can remember, because growing up, my family was very much sort of the, like, fashion is a thing for people who are giving into consumerism and spending too much money. Which, I don't think is entirely wrong. There's a reason why fashion is like a major economic driver, because it's kind of a high waste, high consumption sector. But at the same time, having a bit of an idea, you can still do it in a fairly economical way if you have an idea going into it. That's really mostly tailored at like high fashion. So it's taken me quite some time to come around on, oh, yeah, like I can use it as a form of self-expression and whatnot. And I have no idea. I have no idea where to start with it, but I'm trying to thrift a little bit. I found some decent shoes. I found a shirt that probably doesn't suit me super well, but is something that isn't just like a graphic tee. I'm mostly trying to find pants, and I am discovering that Meathan has put on some weight, which I was aware of, but not only has put on some weight, apparently has really short legs proportionally. And I know how to hem things. It's been a while since I've done that, so I need to just probably buy something and say, screw it, I'm hemming it, but I really want to find just like one pair of pants that's like reasonable for me. But yeah, no, I apparently have really stubby legs, which is funny because I can put my legs by my head, and I have done this on multiple occasions. I'm flexible and my legs are long enough to hook around like that. But pant folding incoming? I mean, I have been thinking about, a couple of my friends have been been getting into like paper Magic the Gathering recently, and I can't really do stuff with them directly, but they've been down to do some like webcam magic. I need to play around with what's it called? Wizards has something, spell table. Need to mess around with that. But I am currently trying to figure out a reasonable rig for having my phone be a top-down like webcam. So if I can get that figured out, I don't know, if perhaps I could do some sort of hand stream content. Stubby legs, hon. My fashion is just wearing several different shirts with math memes or game references on them. No, that's genuinely very, very... Well, there has been a hand reveal from way back when I drew the little Hollow Knight character. Boop, boop. Ah, no. But no, that's genuinely very similar to me, Pug. I've got a lot of t-shirts. I used to just wear the t-shirt, then I went through a phase where I wore a long sleeve, like, apparently they're gem tone. I don't know colors, man. But like a gem tone long sleeve shirt underneath a t-shirt, kind of like Sheldon from Big Bang Theory, which is an unfortunately accurate comparison sometimes, I think. No, I think my favorites were usually like Dr. Schrodinger, Cat in the Box, like a Dr. Seuss parody, and does the name Pavlov ring a bell? Couple of ones along those lines. Whoop, 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 whoop. Okay, we finally made it through there. I'm impressed. Many dope designs on Boo Human, and cheap. That's good. I'm the type of person that when I hear someone paid like $40 for a pair of shoes, like, physically recoils. But learning. I think the shoes that I found like one pair of shoes that I just buy the same thing of and just like get the next size up if they're too small, that I've been using for like the past, I'm not going to say how many years, but it's a lot. And I think they're like $20-25. Like the Pavlov one? Yeah, I love that a lot. February is packed with bullshit because teachers have no clue how to manage their time. I have no idea what flow is. Math exercises look like satanic rituals. Whatever is going on in chemistry. History? What about hertery? Can sit on hertery. I see. Yeah, no, the exam sounds miserable, and having been removed from that, I very much remember Nobo having to deal with not only even like time management, but the concept that you have so many classes where the teachers generally speaking seem to think that their class is the only one that matters. And yeah, it's deeply frustrating when it turns out that no, I cannot do 10 assignments from 10 different classes that are all meant to be my top priority and do more than the other ones. So I am sorry, but hey, on the bright side, if they look like satanic rituals, maybe you can get some sort of extra planar help. Surely that would be a great idea. Shoes is the only thing I go expensive on. Air Max 90, your favorite shoes? They're the comfiest, but they're around 100 euro. Wow, I almost said euro. 100 pounds. Gotcha. Now, very baby Meathan had a pair of light-up Velcro Star Wars sneakers that I wore for probably, like, the first 3 years of my life where I was wearing shoes. And my parents eventually went, we haven't had to buy Johan shoes in several years. He's gotten taller. His feet have probably gotten bigger. And they finally asked, it's like, so how are your shoes fitting these days? And I showed them. And I was like, have you ever seen sausage get made? The, like, high pressure insertion of meat foam into plastic, essentially. That's basically the process of me putting on my shoes at that age. But I liked it because I liked my feet tightly bound. And that stayed true to this day because I could never get like lace up shoes to be as tight as I wanted. I have used lace up shoes. I know how to tie knots. I typically my hiking boots are lace up, but, oi, you can't just clip off the end of that context. But what I've eventually settled on, I need my shoes to either basically be like a second skin around my foot, so just incredibly tight so that there's not like weird movement, or I need them to be loose enough that I'm not thinking of them fully as a shoe. So I've settled on some slip-ons that do a pretty decent job, but stop you? I can't. I'm powerless. Sadness. But no, I went through so many like weird shoe options trying to find ones that worked. But no, trust me, I have zero sensory issues. Wahoo! So I need to get more clever about that. I either need to like drop down and do a straight dash to the right, or maybe I can even just normally do a straight dash? I don't know. They sent the one math exercise through the group chat that we had to go do for tomorrow. I literally said, what the actual hell is that? I am not doing that. Gotcha. It took a while. I had to find the Unicode characters. Oh. Some of my favorite shirts I got are Fibonacci, easy as 1, 1, 2, 3. I love the little stupid jokes like that. And so square root of -1. So I 2 cubed 8. I ate some pie and it was delicious. Wow. Wow. Pug, it genuinely sometimes scares me how similar our tastes are sometimes. But welcome in, Epikitty. The Celeste be going surprisingly well. Ah, ha ha ha. Because we're learning and definitely not just making gremlin noises. We got through the first two rooms. The first room, we got some accidental help from Nobo that sped it along because I never would have thought about doing the grab. But we got through that. The next room was just kind of like normal and fine. And then this room we're chugging along on. Don't dash into spikes. Notably, I'm not dashing into the spikes frequently. I'm dashing and then ending up on the spikes. Yeah, no, I ate some pie. That's fantastic. I do have a sort of like festive like fall sort of like fall harvest and I also wear it in like sort of December, like Christmas time. Basically, family gathering shirt that's just a large pumpkin with pie on it, or the symbol for pie, which I like. I'm trying to think of other good ones. I did have one that was, oh, metal not in the affairs of dragons, for you are crunchy and taste good with ketchup, which is not, like, as clever, but I don't know, it tickles me a lot. Yohan, people who are 45 years old this year can say, I was X years old on this year, X squared. Huh. Wonky. One time I dash into the spikes. But one act does not define me. Ah! Oh god, too good. Family's done that for Halloween at least once, carved the pie symbol on it. Oh, that's fun. Man, we've got, ooh, okay, there I dash into the spikes, fair enough. That's all I will be known for now, I guess. But, oh god, have a family friend who is, oh god, really good at carving pumpkins, and would often do some, like, math jokes or fractals. Because 2025 is a square number, is it? So 5 squared is 25, and then 50 squared is 2,500. It is? What's the square root? Oh, oh, right, hence why you said 45. Oh! Wow, no, my brain was not parsing that because I'm like, huh? But no, okay, so people who were 45 years old this year can say, I was X years old on the year, so I was 45 on the year 45 squared. I gotcha. I was trying to like backdate the 45 years. I was trying to figure out what that had to do with it, and I was way overthinking. I'm thinking about the one, there are 48 regular polyhedra video again. Oh my god, I've seen that on my feed. I don't know if I've actually watched it. Whoa! Oh, and 20 plus 25 square. Nice. Ooh, okay, no. Oh, okay, we need to think about that one better. But weird, obscure math lore. Yeah. Oh! I understand. Drop down, dash right, up. Oh, no. The most incorrect way possible. So... oh god, I made myself laugh too much. Take one moment. So great. So when shelving carts at my job, sometimes I build the carts, sometimes we pages build the carts, but a lot of times it's the PSA. So the folks doing customer service, while they are not actively helping a customer, will basically take the books that get put in the book return, they're in carts, and they'll bring them up to where they're at and start building out a cart. And you're supposed to roughly organize the cart in order... Woo! Okay. Roughly in order of how they're arranged at our library so that it's easy for the pages to go around. And then within that, like, organize them the order they go on the shelves so that it's easier for us to figure out, like, where. As a result, as a page, you typically take the cart and then do a quick sort on it, because some of the PSAs have been pages before and tend to do a really nice job sorting things in a good order. And we love them for it. Yay, thank you PSAs who sort our carts. A lot of them have not been and do not care, or are busy, and I can understand it then and don't really hold that against them too much. But the reason I bring this up is talking about doing it in the most incorrect way possible. There are some, I still don't know precisely which folks it is. And it's not like a big deal because it only takes me like 5 minutes to sort a cart that's like really out of order. But a lot of them, things are like in the rough blocks, sometimes they just don't quite know like the preference, so I have to swap those. But the order is just like a little bit out of whack. I have to swap 1 or 2 books in each section. Sure, whatever. There is one person who consistently delivers carts that require the most swaps possible. Not like exactly the most swaps, but they have it so disordered that you cannot efficiently like batch swaps. You have to basically move every single book to make it work. And it's maddening. It's impressive. I genuinely don't know if you could do, like, I don't know. It's worse than random chance. It's impressive. I don't know who does it. I don't know how they get it so wrong, but bubble sort when. I guess. No, legitimately, I've been reviewing some of my sorting and searching algorithms, trying to just think, like, is there a better way for me to be doing this? But, man, no, it's nutty. Yes. It does happen sometimes. But no, it's one of those things where it's like, every time I get it, I can't even be mad because I'm mostly just in awe. BOGO sort when. God, yeah. That's kind of what it feels like shelving sometimes. Deliberately mixing books to make them completely inefficient to unentangle is funny. Yeah, that's kind of it, because the thing is, I don't think they are doing it intentionally, because that would be insidious if they were, and then I would almost appreciate it on some level, but as it stands, I do appreciate it because it makes me laugh every time. If you count every time that we dash and then end up on spikes, Carsey, you're gonna be counting a lot. Oh. But no, that's legitimately the way I shelve books, because in theory, our shelves are a sorted list. Now, in practice... Oh, damn. You're gonna sleep? Alright. Thank you for hanging out. Get some good rest. Woo! Oh, man. But no, because in theory, Mobo. I don't know why Mobo is an intrinsically funnier set of sounds to make than Nobo. Nobo is still very, very good, but Mobo... Like, Nobo I could see being, like, someone's name. Mobo feels inherently like a clown. Which are people too, but, like, you are not going to name... That is not going to be someone's legal name. Hey everyone, guy who got confused with Pug once is here again. The ultimate claim to fame. No, clowns are people. We've got Alyssa, right? You know, realizing why you find 2C so easy? Oh? Hashtag clowns are people. Ba-ba-da-ba. You know, the album Everywhere at the End of Time? Not off the top of my head, not by name. Moba Nersus. Okay, but see, when you make it not end in O, or in Bo, so you add the Nersus, I don't know, now that sounds closer to like, Mobo Nersus, Devourer of Time, the light at the end of the universe. I don't know, sounds like some sort of like eldritch entity. Mobo is definitely like the clown that goes honk honk. Mobo Nersus is definitely someone that you like sell your soul to. Might have just made one of them. I see. I think at the end of all my messages I gotta put not pug so everyone doesn't get confused? No. I will say, I did not get confused. I can see why someone did get confused once, but I think people can get it. It is interesting though that we do like place a lot of visual importance on like the name color in chat and like badges as an identifying feature. I forgot the grab. I mean, in Discord and literally everywhere else, I'm an actual cat, so we both have a blue name, an artist badge, and the word cat. Also true. This is fair. Your life is a lie. God, could you imagine? Now, that would be the plot twist of the century if T West Cat and Pug were actually just, like, alt accounts of the same person. That would be absolutely mind-blowing. It's really fast. I see. Oh, we need to get all of the... Right. That's why the doorbell thing is at the end. We need to get all of those, so those... Get out of the way! Like, if Uno and Robert are actually the same person. Right. Now, like, the thing there is, in both cases, if either are the same person, they are doing a very good job of portraying different personalities, right? So, like, I suspect that neither of... Oh! No! No! Sadness. We should become the same person. Well, now, see, now that carries some slightly concerning implications. Like, how does one just simply choose to fuse with another? Are people actually Voltron now? I mean, that would be kind of sick, but... One would be nice and one would be rude. Oh, on the Roblox one? At least 10 times less funny than you? But no, like, genuinely, there are very different personalities between Uno and Robert, so I'm like, unless there is some god-tier acting going on, but... I mean, if Goku can do it, so can I. Can Goku do it? I have never watched Dragon Ball Z. Whoa! Oh, and yes, that was a very fair skill issue. He said, and he responded with the gift saying CBA? Oh, goodness. Damn, why haven't I watched that? I have seen, like, little bits and pieces, but I haven't just sat down and watched the full thing, mostly because I'm not super into, like, that kind of shonen deal. I grew up on Pokemon, and that's kinda... That filled my niche for long-running show with way more episodes than are probably relevant for any sort of really solid, tightly written plot, that involve young people coming of age. But it's not like I'm inherently against it, but yeah, it's I don't know. I'm not super into like long-running serial kind of things. Hey, welcome, Marcus. How goes? Yo, you were the one who found the GIF. I see. Dun dun dun. You have unleashed such power. New Robert Marsh GIF just dropped. Uh-oh. But no, like, I've had... JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, I know, is like, not quite as egregiously long, and I've had a lot of people recommend it to me. I haven't really... I have not yet. I've also heard a lot of folks recommend One Piece. One Piece is, I think, something where I kind of draw a firm line of like, no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. As good as that show could be, that is too much. But no, as I have heard things about JoJo's that I can understand why people recommend it to me specifically as like, hey, Johan, I think you would really enjoy this. I get it, and I think I probably could. I don't know. I've heard enough out of context to also make me wary of it. And again, it's a decent chunk of episodes. It's a decent commitment. And I'm fairly bad at, like, deciding to stop committing to something, even if I'm not enjoying it much anymore. Ah, oh, damn it. Although I am actually very proud of myself. Some folks had been recommending Killing Eve. And I started watching it, and it was interesting for, like, the first season. And then the second season, I was still somewhat engaged, but kind of losing it. And by the third season, I just kind of went, no. No. The thing that interests me is not what this show is pursuing. So, no. And stopped. So, that I cannot stress is incredibly rare. I am trying to think the number of other, like, shows that I've put down, or even books that I've put down. And it's very few. I think less than I have fingers on a hand. Blah. Your friends forced you to watch it? It's a commitment? Goodness. Cat, if you were a species of bug, what would you be? I'm not that well-versed in bugs. There's part of me that wants to say, like, a mosquito hawk, because I've talked about on stream before that they are consistently my most traumatizing insect. So I could get to be one and finally learn to think like them and maybe find some measure of peace. Ooh! But, like, there's so many cool options. Praying mantises are real neat, but I'm not really into the whole, like, if I find the love of my life getting my head ripped off kind of deal. Even if my thorax would keep moving in the mating process, because that's a fact I learned. There's a separate brain controlling that motor function, which is, that was a lot to unpack. I think I would actually probably be like a dragonfly or damselfly. Want to be traumatized by myself then? I mean, like, you're saying that as if that doesn't already happen. But no, like, I don't know, I feel like I would maybe learn to understand my not-so-friendly friends. Be a stick answer? A stick answer. Be a stick bug so you can be a ducking stick? Fair enough. Be a stick. Sometimes you just want to be a stick. Does that happen? Self-trauma? I mean... I to be clear, trauma in the very, loose sense of the word. Like, I will say I do actually have, like, kind of visceral reactions to crane flies because I have had some not great experiences, but they aren't, like, genuinely life-altering bad ones, just enough that's like, I get uncomfortable and anxious around them. Your favorite interaction with Robert is still, hey Robert, can I playtest your puzzle script game? And he said, okay, ignore the errors. Can I playtest this thing? Sure, just ignore the things that I would be playtesting for. Intriguing. What a fascinating lad. The type of person that will start to watch a show and will not stop unless I stop for a day where I will just never watch it again. Yeah. No, that's... I do tend to, like, pick a show and just chug through it. But I read this, and even if it doesn't really connect to that, I just thought, spider with arachnophobia, and started laughing. Oh, no! Oh, man. Oh, there's gotta be some sort of, like, transformation show, right? Where it's like, oh, I've been turned into an X, and, where it's like someone turns into a dog, but they're afraid of dogs. That's 100%. That has to be a plotline somewhere. That has to be. If it's not, that's criminal. They are not bugs, they are features. I feel like that it's not just Robert, that's like a decent chunk of the developing world. If it's not, go make one. Wanna see it? Oh god. Johan doing full voice acting for a Johan animated series that's just, like, crudely drawn stick figures. The funniest thing is, there would probably be a weird amount of effort in that, and it would probably actually get more views than me just sitting around yapping, so who knows? If I ever want to go pro. Yeah. They're not bugs, they're features. The programmer says as the entire game crashes. Exactly! Sounds like something that should be shown in art classes. Yeah. Oh, definitely like local small film festival kind of deal. Whoop. Whoop! Aw. Bump. Bump, 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 bump. Boom, bump. Whoa! man. Why the duck did I read that as Johan Go, like Pokemon Go, but every Pokemon is just a Johan making the same shape as that Pokemon. Johanamon Go. I mean, we were talking about what I would be as a Pokemon type. I do think I give off a certain amount of Pokemon vibes. Oh, too late. No. Man, that I know I've talked about it before, but I miss the like first summer that Pokemon Go was like a thing, and just being able to just like walk up to a stranger who had their phone out and have an immediate like sense of connection because you know they're on the gym. Oh, so I bought myself some time, but kind of effed that up. But no, I loved stuff like that. I miss that. I think that would be good to have something like that again. Ah. Johan is super effective against Johan. Yup. Oh, so I'm a... Oh, wait, no, that would make me a dragon type, right? What? That did always amuse me. The concept of like, oh god, what would be good against dragons? I know, another dragon. Give off Pokemon vibes? Like, obviously not like the way I speak and such, but like, visually, I'm a little blob coming out of an ink pot, right? Like, I don't know, like, definitely some sort of like ghost type that's, yeah, I don't know. It's very basic character design that can be easily mapped to like physical objects, which seems very Pokemon design. It's like, oh, what's this Pokemon? It's an ice cream cone. We'll call it Vanillish. Love this level so much. Welcome in, Boa. It seems neat. It's a lot to, like, get a handle on, but it's certainly intriguing. Ooh. And it's probably going to feel great when we finally get it. Comment I saw. Every bug is a feature in disguise. Adobe Illustrator right before it crashes and grunts the backup save. Oh god. No, every time is just Johan type and Johan go. Oh, just... Yes. We are... What type are you? I'm a Johan. What kind of moves do you have? I have Yap. Celeste is such a cozy game, right? I love the backgrounds. The art is absolutely fantastic. I found it most cozy when we were getting the story, because, at least for me, I find a lot of things where you are delving into characters' personality and healing to be, like, extra cozy. So I look forward to getting to Farewell and seeing more of that, I hope. But, yeah, just the environment is very nice. Yes, I do remember Pokemon. All calm vibes of Celeste disappearing as soon as you try to collect a golden berry, yeah. Inkul? Music is great too? Yeah. And then I do that. Johan uses yapping. It's super effective. Oh. I mean, apparently it is. My yapping has been effective enough to get people to stick around and watch me fail at games, so... Apparently, a good feature. I think golden berries are not something I will tackle, but I mad respect to everyone who does. You know what Inkul is, right? I don't. Celeste is so cozy. My brother in life and death, you smashed your skull into a spike 50 times. Even that can be. The chat broke? Wait, what? How did the chat break? Oh, it doubled a message? Well, one of them was a reply and the other wasn't. I don't know. Woohoo! That did take me a while to figure out that if you start typing a message and then hit reply to a message, it starts a new message for whatever reason. Ink plus ghoul. Yeah. Yep. Nope. That is absolutely I thought that was an actual Pokemon when you said that. So I'm like, No, what's an inkwool? Your sweatshirt and t-shirt? Woohoo! Purchased from the place you were talking about? Got all seaside goldens, you don't have to tell me how annoying it is. Oh god. What level is this? This is 2C. Boop, boop. Wah. 28 pounds including delivery? Nice. That's pretty fantastic. Bup, 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 bup. Ah, no. I don't have many goldens because, like, I like going funny Neum speed and not perfect movement until you don't die. Not a perfectionist, a parkourtionist? You like the zip zoom. Wah. How I am in a lot of roguelike games. Let me have the big, fun, cool runs. I don't really care about, like, the good runs. I've been trying to care about those more recently because I think that helps me tune in, but yeah. Whoa. Okay. Oh, no. I tried to do the grab thing. Thank you very much for the follow. Sorry, I don't remember if I actually said thank you, Boa, for the follow, and thank you, I'm not one of them, for the follow. Much appreciated. Glad you're having a good time. Sometimes I get on my little yapping roll and I see things and I forget to say them. You said that it was you said that your birthday was coming up on the Monday stream, so I wish a happy early birthday, but if I thought you had said that your birthday was tomorrow on Monday, which would mean that it was yesterday, but if it is today, happy birthday. And even if it was yesterday, happy late birthday. It's like playing Battleship with birthday. We just have to bracket it and zoom in. I love Discord servers where the name isn't basic like whatever it's about server. My favorite has to be the Discord server for the game Mona Lena. Yes, we have heard of that, mostly because people were talking about Baba Lena. City Hotel, I don't think that exists. Huh? When you died at the spike, because I've done that before on modded maps. Oh. Listening to old K-pop. K-pop, nice. My K-pop repertoire is fairly small. And it's funny because as soon as you said that, I went, what qualifies as old K-pop? Completely forgetting that surely K-pop has been in existence and popular before it started becoming part of, like, the Western consciousness. So, this is valid. Neat. Ah! Oh, too high, no. Jamie, I heard K-pop? Some Ferrero Rocher. I have indeed had those. Whoa! Thank you very much, Boa. We do a flip. Spin! I missed the doorbell. I appreciate it. I have had Ferrero Rocher. I've actually also sold Ferrero Rocher. Spin! What is a bit even worth? I believe it is 1 cent USD. I can check afterwards, but I believe that it's 1 bit per 1 US cent. But any sort of monetary interaction we do have set up to spin. So, wahoo! We go spin! Oh god, I'm so sorry. Why sorry? It's over 1 penny? Is it? I've burdened you with pennies. Oh, don't worry. They don't actually send pennies. Oh, that's... In case anyone didn't know, brief education on how Twitch payouts work. Turns out that it's typically not economically viable with fees and such for companies to send small quantities of money to people. So they basically save up, they accrue the amount of money over time until they hit some sort of payout minimum. In Twitch's case, I believe it is 50 USD or your equivalent. And then they send it to you so that they're not getting nickel and dimed with fees. 1 bit is 1.35 cents? Really? I thought it was 1 to 1. Silverburden Johan with 1 bit donations constantly. Yes, because it make go flip. And thank you for the hydrate. Whee! The flips go. Oh no. The flips are constant. Yup, it has proliferated. I think the most terrifying bit about it is that the, like, the animation happens super snappily, but the sound takes forever. I should probably figure out something like a cooldown, just so that it does not get too constantly used, because there is a certain point at which it's like, haha, funny to, oh god, please no. But enjoy the sound cue. I'm glad, hopefully you enjoyed the flips. Oh god, wait, there was a big message up there. I need to remember to look at that. Bop, bop, bop. But thank you for the bits. I appreciate it. Genuinely, it is fun. It is fun that folks are willing to throw any amount of real money at me for stuff. And the noise really gets me. Maybe I wonder if I could maybe do something where it will limit the noise after a certain number of times. I have this mini radio thingy where you can't choose the channel. You just press a button and it picks a random channel. Most aren't real, but some are. You get your usual music ads, but then randomly you get people telling you to convert, and that ruins the moment since I want to hear my random song from a person I've never heard before. Damn. More flippage. Is this actually like a really long-term con to try and convince me to like make a flip with channel points? People want the flip, and then we can get the flip without noise. This will be considered. You want more flip options. Okay. This will be considered. Brain combined those two messages, and I read it as, I'm about to play an FNF mod with Mr. Krabs. Isn't there... Okay, I've never watched an episode of SpongeBob either. The only thing that I can think of with Mr. Krabs, isn't there like there's an auditory meme of like, are you feeling it, Mr. Krabs, right? Like, that's a thing people say. There's Krabby Patties, I want to say. I need to dash first. There's Krabby Patties, I want to say, and isn't there a game that, like, people speed run a whole bunch for, like, whatever weird reason that's, like, Mr. Krabs does ketamine or something? Like, this is the extent of my SpongeBob knowledge, really. Oh, and isn't there a... Oh, God. There's Squidward and... a squirrel? Question mark? Are you feeling it now, Mr. Krabs? Okay, yes. Can there be a redeem to make Johan 1% bigger? I have looked at that. I still haven't figured out how to do that effectively, because the scaling... To get the audio working, I had to set the scaling source weirdly, and so it would grow me off the screen somewhat. I could potentially do compensatory shifts, but that is more than I have put the brain in for. Mr. Krabs' ketamine game is so good. Okay, so that is a thing. That isn't like some fever dream I had. Sad that the spin Johan is no longer here. Okay, it is possible. I could actually even enable it. I want to think about things a little bit more, because I like the chat. I like there to be chat interaction options. I also like it to be something that I like to encourage a certain amount of sanity and rationality, which I know is ridiculous in a stream. Sanity, rationality, crazy. It was all a dream, Johan. Because, like, I would love to do the mystery counter thing again. I need to think about that one more, because at least the way we did it, what it incentivized was just spamming the same message over and over again. So, need to think about that a bit. What is sanity? Something that I lost a long time ago. At some point is so big he just covers the game, so it's just yapping with random Celeste noises in the background. Right, no, you have to think about limits a little bit, and that's what I'm bad at. Because, like, Doing the 1-bit, I love that. I love the little 1-bit things, but also, yeah, like, I feel like 10 is probably like a good amount in like a particular zone of time, right? So I don't know, like I need to think about some of these things, but fine. Since the people demand, we can re-enable rotate Han. 2 channel point rewards. One shifts you slightly to the left, the other one shifts you slightly to the right, and just see what happens. 10, you say. Oh god. Thank you. No, I like 10, no more than 10-bit related flips in a certain chunk of time. So not increasing the minimum. I do not demand more money. I simply setting back. I would like to reduce the amount of money I get. Perfectly sane things. Hold up, let me. So seeing this, thank you. Oh, it's still talking K-pop. I see. Is it viewer rewards? Viewer rewards. There we go. Dun dun dun. I believe that Rotate Han is once again enabled. I still don't have Unrotate Han. But, so flips do reset Rotate Han. I will say, remember. Because the only way I could get the flip, the proper spin to work involves manually setting the position of it. Now, okay, hold up. Before people keep doing it, am I actually being rotated? Because it does not look like I am. So, hold up. Is there something wrong with the bot? Oh no, no more bits. It's broken. No. Okay, hold up. Live fix. Why is it not working? So rotate Han. Test action. Test trigger. Huh. Why is it not rotating? Question. So, then is Johan already fully wound? Is that what's happening? Boop, boop, boop. Transform. Edit transform. Ah, my rotation is 360 degrees. So. Ah. Oh, so does flipping break it? Oh, wait, what? No. What? No! Okay, that was incorrect. But okay, so now if I test it... Aha! So I believe there were 4 rotates, or 4 rotate Hans. So there we go. We have done it. You getting that canceled on image? But see, it resets it. Now, hold up. Your work! Now, hold on. I want to check this. So, transform, edit transform. Right, so it does set it to 360. So, okay, I'm going to re-disable this. I will need to think about that. I think the fix is I just need to manually change the flip to be working from -360 up. So it is a script. The problem is doing it relative broke and did not work, so I had to manually set the positions. So I need to go and I need to manually change 10 numbers to make it work. If possibly, so it is a script, but it's not like it's not a fully normal script. There is custom scripting, but I don't have that for that, and I can fix it other ways. It will just take a bit. So I will try and get that working though for the future. It's frame by frame animation, just 10 frames. Blah. Thank you for the bits. Yeah, Nummodule 360. The problem is that basically the incremental rotation does not the incremental rotation with what I'm using does not interact well with the OBS. 2 flips and 2 noises. So the noises is based on that is an inbuilt Twitch system. The flips is something that unfortunately I don't know. I can check the documentation and see if, because like doing more flips I'm absolutely okay with, because I don't think that's like too disruptive. I think there might be a way that I can pull a variable of how many bits get donated, and then I could probably do a loop with that. That's a very that is a good point. I should look at that. Channel point reward that slightly decreases the pitch of the cheer sound effect. Oh god. I don't know if StreamerBot would have access to that, but possibly. Even worse. Uh-oh. I do need to figure out also how to work the Johan break noises back in, since now that I'm streaming shorter, more reasonable times, we're not doing the break screen, so you guys are being deprived of the bum bum ba da da bum bum ba dum bum ba da da bum 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 bum. Slightly adds pixelation to the game. Okay. That significantly increases the volume of— No! No, God, not everyone's ears. I mean, Pug, if you're looking to be sadistic, you know the real answer is a channel point redeem that, like, changes it so that it's a Discord notification noise for a while, right? So that now there's just Discord notif sounds worked randomly into the stream. I still think that, like, if I ever did make music, I would love to, like, make a very, like, poppy, meant to be, like, one-hit wonder, get a whole bunch of radio play, and then, like, get everyone used to it, and then release the streaming cut that had a Discord noise in it. Or something like that. Yeah, do that and say nothing. Oh god. Channel point redeem, which slower, makes the gameplay in the background 1% louder and Johan's voice gets 1% quieter. No! Cause yeah, I don't know. It's things like that, potentially. But a lot of that is the kind of stuff where at some point, like, it's funny, when we play Celeste, we get a lot of people in, which is great. I love it. But that, like, that would be perfect vibes, I think, to do some of these more sort of like Doug-esque things. Like, let's do something very silly with that. Wait, oh my god, I'm like, oh, but then that's a just chatting thing. No, that's it. So I go through, I finish my normal Celeste gameplay, and then I become Diet Doug, but based around mostly weird Celeste content to bootstrap it. That might actually work. I will need to give this some more consideration, but I think that could be quite fun. Slowly just fades away. Why you need Grammarly? You messed spelling up? It's okay, you were still comprehensible. Like, look, I think Grammarly is great in that I've seen people use it and really benefit from it, but I'm also a very big proponent of let's not offload all of our work onto automated things, because dear god, I have read some people's writing, and I really hope that ChatGPT is not a better writer than me. Because I have read people who I think are currently outpaced by ChatGPT when it comes to writing, and that scares me. Have style! Have your own style! Exactly! If you get to Johan's volume to 0%, stream just ends instantly. Woof. Spawns one seeker onto the map at a random location. Oh god. That would just result in stressed Johan. Have pride in your writing. Don't feel as though a computer can do better than you at expressing your intent. Yes. So sad. So file MD. the first two bits of that sound, I'm sorry, that sounds not great, but I I now want to know what file MD was meant to be. Yeah. I'm not typing a random message in Twitch chat. Use punctuation when you need to. You're right. Ah! Thank you. Man, my telekinesis is getting a good workout today. Waha! Whoa! Oh no! But yeah, no, style is important. Also, hello, Jammer. I think I've talked a little bit. I am a real sucker for, like, stylized animation, especially in games. So filled with hopelessness, and then I was going to watch Girls' Last Tour for a bit again, which is what I'm going to do now. Be right back. No worries. I'm sorry about the Zetsubo. Which puts a timer up on the screen, which is set for 1 hour, but every time someone gets it next time, it decreases by 20 minutes. Once it ends, a Discord ping plays at 1% volume. The point redeemed no longer works until next stream. Oh god. The ping of Damocles? Whoa. Woohoo! Bonk. But no, it makes me sad when games, like, strive way too much for photorealism and, like, lose out on bringing that sort of unique style, that unique voice. Same thing goes for, like, just animated shows and such. And Discord's... No! Not that cheaply. There's a reason why I haven't done TTS. It's because, look, I want people to have interaction and control over the stream beyond even just... Like, you already have that through chat, just talking, right? Because I want to be very active, engaged, and have conversations. But also, I think there are reasonable bounds, because this is also, ultimately, this is a space where I am doing things. And having, I am responsible for the space, and I like to keep a somewhat tidy one. Is fine for syntax. But yeah, style and such, yeah, whenever I see the stuff where it's like, oh, it will help you rewrite this in, like, a more professional tone or whatnot. It's like, well, you don't know my professional tone. I've been told before that, I've been told by people that I have not been working with that saying, like, howdy is unprofessional to start off an email. I get stressed the hell out about figuring out, like, the appropriate title to refer to someone as, and most of the time, it doesn't really matter, because guess what? I'm writing an email to their email address that I know is them, right? So I often just say, howdy. And that's great, and that's what people have come to expect from me in a professional context, and it works fantastically. I have not had any individual that I have reached out to like that have an issue with it. But because, you know, that's my style, it works, it's genuine. But yeah, there are people who think they know the proper way to do things that tell me, that's wrong, that's rude, that's unprofessional, and okay, to them it may be. Then I guess we won't have a great professional interaction if we ever work together. Content structure, never, ever trust it to a machine. Yep. When I read the word howdy, sometimes my brain just goes flowy quietly. Howdy, I'm flowy. Thought we were still using paintings. Gonna continue to play the Minecraft mod pack Terra Firma Gray while listening to the stream because it would be funny or something. Did I start this pack? This is a horrible idea. Dear Lord. 2000 channel point ping? That's still, I mean, I will like, a Discord ping is truly insidious. Like, I feel bad whenever, like, stream mode isn't on, someone pings me and, like, that gets heard on stream. Because I'm not going to edit out of the VOD, I just try and, like, mention it so that people aren't going, like, where did that come from? But I feel bad about that. Doing, like, a few as a joke, maybe, but 2K is very in reach. I'd like to know why Terra Firma Greg is a horrible idea. I mean, sure, but it's also something named Greg, so I inherently kind of think that's a good one. 5K? It would probably need to not just be channel points is ultimately. Like, when T Westcat was talking about, like, having a countdown or something along those lines, the, like, build-up, have hoops to jump through, I think that's more along the lines of what it would need to be. $5. See, that's closer. Because, like, for things that are more disruptive, that is something that I tend to be more like, put that behind at the very least a paywall, because then there's some actual investment, right? Because, like, channel points, that's time, which is an investment. I appreciate people hanging out and watching, and I do not want to, like, speak little of that, but that is also a finite resource that I have somewhat more control over. People can hoard them, though, so, eesh. Whereas, like, with money, that's something where it's like, there is an eventual limit. Now become an unskippable cutscene talking about it. Not for VOD watchers, this is true. You can always skip. Bum bum bum. Boop, boop. Ow! Okay, nope. I keep hitting the wrong button there. Okay. I do need to decide. I think I'm going to get the recording done for another pre-record today, because I want to try and get to the point where I have, like, a buffer. But it was really nice. I'm still trying to, like, it's weird. I'm having, like, motivational issues picking up games sometimes, which, in fairness, when I've been playing them fairly consistently, in sort of a public space for a year, I can kind of understand that. At the same time, it's something I want to do, so tough. But what I did to kind of help myself out with it yesterday is I started a game that I've been really excited for and kind of keeping in my back pocket, called Refined Self, the personality test game, which was super cool. Absolutely me plugging the YouTube channel. Go watch it. Mostly just reminded from VODs. So there are going to be some things that will not be on streams, but only on the YouTube and VOD stuff. But genuinely, really, really neat game. I need to decide whether I'm going to... It's either probably going to be that or Nier today. I do want to do some more Marsh, but I also think that playing... I'm struggling with the challenges, so I think after playing a bunch of Celeste, it might be a wise idea to not be chugging on not be chugging on the March challenges today. Nier is so good, absolutely, Boa. That's we streamed the first run of it a while back, and those vids are up on YouTube, and I am currently working on my second run through, which we're partway through, and again, those VODs are going up as we're going through it. But yeah, it's very interesting. I love the amount of things that it just, like, gets me thinking about on the side, because like literally not yesterday, but last time I was playing, was interacting with an NPC, one of the robots that was having basically, like, social anxiety issues, and I've been listening to a book called Stand on Zanzibar, which is about sort of overpopulation. It's a sci-fi book that is very it's a little scary how often there are things in it that I'm like, oh, that's just kind of feels like I've heard about stuff along those lines on the news. But one of the things in it deals a lot with they call it, like, genetic legislation, but basically it is a society where, to sort of cope with the overpopulation, they have created eugenics laws as a way to limit the number of people having kids and such, which is not cool, unsurprisingly. But that the robot having that sort of social anxiety and then blending with sort of that story that I've been listening to, it was just sort of percolating. Like, it was getting me thinking about, you know, if these machines like how much control do these machines have over themselves, and why would they choose to have that social anxiety if that is potentially just fixable, which sort of gets into that like broader conversation of like it's tough whenever you get into things along those lines of like, what if we could fix humans, if we could use gene editing or eugenics, or just even like cyborg modifications, right? Like what would we want to get rid of versus what wouldn't we? And I suspect the answers would differ a lot. And the fact that that is just like a little throwaway quest was able to get me thinking about some of that stuff is so impressive to me. Ooh, damn it. But yeah, I don't know. Nier, absolutely huge game. So if you'd be interested in seeing my reaction and such to that, that's up there. I know many people have funny names for their chat and others just call them chat, but based on how Johan acts, in my opinion, I really feel like he'd be the kind of guy to have a name for his chat, and yet we're just chat, and I'm a followership of this chat. I have a really tough time being, I want to be very genuine in my stuff. Thank you for the hydrate. I like to be very genuine because, like, for me, a lot of what I think I bring to streaming, it's certainly not my gameplay. Do Bob instead. I do need to try and solve those levels, but it's hanging over me. Watching Shifujin play some of that the other day did help me feel a little more like maybe I can. We'll see. But like I think that genuinely a lot of what I do bring to streaming is I'm apparently a somewhat interesting person, which I feel conceited saying, but I think I am someone who thinks about stuff and likes to talk and share that and is fairly genuine. So it's very important to me to be genuine with the stuff I do. Hey, thank you much, Hey Cicada. Life is living. It is a scary void opening before me, but we're chugging ahead, trying to do our best with it. Thank you for the well wishes. Hope that your life is also living too. For me, it's very important to be very genuine with it, and while I can get in the mood to like, huzzah, verily, I can put on an act and have fun with that. I have not come up with a name that I can say with my full chest yet. Thinkers was sort of my like, oh, haha, cute. Inklings I really like, and I think I may be able to run with that. I still just, I haven't sat down and undergone the exercise to onboard that, but I think Inklings is good. I will still probably say chat sometimes if I do onboard that, because there's something mimetic about like chat, but yeah, I think Inklings is probably where we'll end up. Mainly a combination of two mods, Terraformacraft, TFC, and GregTech. TFC can be best described as realism over playability. Cutting down trees takes like 10 minutes with an axe and actually falls when it's down. If you mine a hole into a wall without supports, it will cause a cave-in. GregTech is funny, grindy pack that adds like 900 different ore and machines, and those are combined. Based on stats, I've played for 14 hours and just made iron. Fun times. Oh my god. I will need TFC. I will need to send that one to my dad because I think he would be into that. But yeah, that sounds like mixing oil and water and having something very fun and very painfully splashy. So that is barely touching on what TFC. I cannot explain the entire thing in a Twitch message. Nether just burn you on entry? Huh? Don't know, haven't even gotten to the Nether. Well, let us know when you find out. Godspeed, you explorer. I hadn't even thought about that, so you're concerned. Yes. Nier was great. I'm currently playing Elden Ring, and it's also amazing. Your next game is the new Monster Hunter with your boyfriend and his sister. It should be fun. Oh, neat. I have heard good things about both. Elden Ring I've watched a little bit of. I have not played any Souls-like games. And I do have Dark Souls 3, I think, wishlisted on recommendation of Orisk. And I don't know if it's a Souls-like because I don't really track that genre a whole lot. Words. I've got one of my IRL friends is apparently really into Dishonored and thinks that is like a game of all time. I've got it for free on the Epic Store, so I may I may play that one as well at some point. Monster Hunter, I've also heard interesting things about. I have not. I am fairly woefully unfamiliar with it though. I've heard positive sentiment though. We're the printing pressers. She could totally eat all the food in 7 days, for the record. I think I missed the first bit of that, Nobo, but if you're watching Girls Last Tour, I'm assuming you mean you, which absolutely. Which is weird, man. People apparently find you interesting somehow. Apparently, this is weird. You are you. You are not someone with interesting thoughts, and yet people think so. Wild place. Yeah, no, like genuinely, it's like I'm a person. I think that part of that is people are interesting inherently, or at least I find people fairly inherently interesting. But yeah, I don't know. I am interested in people, and I hope that comes across, right? And I think that Twitch just kind of, it's one of those things where I think there are a lot of lonely people. I have been one of those lonely people. I still sometimes am that lonely person. And I think it's a way where people can then sort of put that forward and create that connection, and people are interested in that. You have to be minimally interesting to have people stick around, because like if you just play a game and don't talk, don't interact, it's hard to project that personality and interaction onto it. But if you're willing to talk and have something, be willing to buy into bits and whatnot, you know, yeah, it's neat. Never played Souls-like, but I love hard games. It's not actually that hard, but it's very fun. Gotcha. So, okay. Stop talking like an alien who got all the information in all of Earth yet doesn't understand humanity. Okay, but that's how I think. The way Jammer speaks absolutely speaks to me, TUS Cat. Man, if I ever come across as socially competent, it's out of sheer luck. Very frustrating and complex, but it's only as hard as you want it to be. Okay. Love scalable difficulty. There was no first bit. That was the full statement. People think, therefore, they are. True. I may as well be here. Yep. No, that I very much feel that. Bop, bop, bop. Oh, it's genuine. I don't know if I've actually said as much, but like the way you speak is 100% the way that I like talk to people when I'm introducing myself most of the time, because it's just like I will give broad observations that are not necessarily indicative too deeply of like personal opinions or whatnot, because I am going to provide information and thoughts that are open-ended. Because I found that's kind of my safest entry point. And it's, I don't know, the way you speak is very much the way that a lot of my social interaction goes. So it fits very well with me. Stop abducting the cows, you need them for money. This is fair. You know, return any cows that have been taken. First actual tools are bronze. No, there is no furnaces. You shove copper and tin in a clay pot, throw it in and hold it in a hole in the ground and shove straw and logs over it and light on fire with sticks. After waiting 8 minutes, you have to go really fast because you have a pot of molten bronze you need to pour into molds before it becomes solid. Nice. No, that's super cool. I like that it's going through the Bronze Age. I think I've talked about a bit about it really interested me because you hear like Bronze and Iron Age classifications, but it took me a very long time because Bronze is ostensibly more difficult to work with than Iron, and I was really wondering like why? What's the big difference there? And I still haven't gotten a good answer on that, but one of the big things that helped me, I think, understand a little bit better is that when we talk about the Bronze and Iron Age, you need to talk about it culturally specifically, right? Because the Viking Iron Age lasted a very different period than like the Celtic Iron Age and the or like the Middle Eastern Iron Age, right? There's just a lot of different cultures had access to different resources at different times and had different cultural exchanges, and it's all very loosey-goosey. But it's a fascinating progression. No, absolutely find it very cool. Twitch, stop telling me to watch other people. I'm watching the Blobby app. Thank you. Have thoughts, that's it. Philosophy, critical analysis, minor debate, cool, nice, love it, exactly. Personal stuff, opinions about myself, God, no. Only between me and me. It's like, I do sometimes share personal opinions. I do that a lot more on streaming, mostly because I understand that that's a little bit of the expectation, right? Is I am a personality, and thus should have things to say about myself and such. But yeah, like, it's also, I think part of it, I am a personality that I've been criticized before, by a friend who unfortunately, we don't speak much anymore. I've reached out, they have moved on. But it was someone who was fairly atheistic, and then became a born-again Christian, which, more power to them. They seem to be fairly happy, and I'm happy for them. But I remember having a conversation, I believe it was actually about prostitution. And in it, my general standpoint on it is, it's the oldest profession, right? Haha, canned laughter. But, it's, I have heard a number of interesting talks from people who are sex workers. And my general thoughts on it are, it's going to happen. That is not something we can get rid of. And it's something where there are people who do willingly enter into it. And that's all right. And I would like for that to be regulated rather than something where it's basically done, unregulated and unsafely with no legal recourse. In today's episode of Celeste, we talk about prostitution. Woohoo! No, and this is serving another point. Basically we were having this conversation, and that's my perspective based off talking to those folks, or not talking to, but listening to those folks. And this friend basically said, I don't know how I can have a conversation with you if you don't have a personal opinion. Who am I talking to? Which is something that is stuck in my craw a fair bit. Also, sorry, by the way, welcome in, Queris. Sorry, I was thinking it. And skipped over the, hey, welcome in. But I don't know, because I do have personal opinions. I will fully admit that's something that I have fewer of in a very, like, real sense because of depression. But it's something where I've been trying to solidify myself as an individual a bit more, which is kind of a weirdly scary thing. But I don't think it's bad to have opinions that are not necessarily reflective of your personal gut feelings, because I think that's part of what having, like, ethical and moral structures and being able to see beyond yourself is about. Okay, I was trying to focus there. God damn it. So I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing, but at the same time, her point was well taken. It is very, I'm a fairly genuine person, but it came across as disingenuous because I was not defending necessarily my personal feelings are, I'm not very interested in prostitution. That's not something I am particularly comfortable with, nor think I could bring myself to be comfortable with. Although I will also openly admit that if I thought I was more attractive, I might be more open to doing something like an OnlyFans, because, like, in principle, I don't have as much of an issue with it, and I think the extra money would be nice. But I don't know. It was a very interesting thing that has stuck with me, of just sort of, I have a tendency to not have solid opinions because I understand that there are other perspectives and such, but don't like where the, no, not plugging anything. I'm just but it's just like I am personally uncomfortable with that, but I am generally comfortable with that societally. And if I was in a different niche in that society, may feel personally differently about it, is something I can acknowledge about myself. But at least to her, and I suspect to a number of people, that I think comes across as disingenuous because it's an opinion that does not align with my personal actions necessarily. Can we turn Johan into soup? I mean, it's not going to taste great. I'm oat gall ink, so lots of tannins and iron sulfate. You ever feel like your beliefs and thoughts are a mismatch of other people's thoughts on a variety of subjects? You ever feel like if you took away the external bits and saw you, there would be nothing? Is that depression? Genuinely can't tell. I will say, well, Jammer. Yeah, at least, oh, I don't know if it necessarily is everyone, because at least for me, when I was younger, I had a very strong sense of self. Over time, that changed a bit, and there wasn't as much of that core personality, and I do feel that a lot of that, at least in my experience, was related to basically what I frequently described as anhedonia, basically the lack of joy and pleasure from things that otherwise like used to bring me joy and used to make me happy. But I have quite literally that exact way of framing it was where I was for a while. Actually, funnily enough, Neon Genesis Evangelion was something that really helped me with that, or originally sent me into a spiral with that, and then eventually helped me sort of get a little more comfortable with that. But yeah, because I do think that we are fundamentally a collection of the experiences of others and such. And I think that's a good thing. I think being able to be aware of that, I think there are some people that maybe claim a little too much originality. So I think it's good to be able to acknowledge that we are a compilation of others. But you're also an interpretation of others, and I think that's one of the critical things I missed. However much I sometimes don't feel like I am myself, I still have skews and slants. I still have biases. And those biases are, I mean, maybe this will sound horrific, but, you know, just like in a neural net, right? Each neuron is unique. It has a unique bias that shapes things, and that's what makes that neuron. We have our own slants and biases that we can't really overcome. That may change a bit over time, but those, I think, are fundamentally us. Those then combine with the experiences of others and the things that we choose to actively seek out and experience, and that makes us us. So, yeah, sometimes I feel like if you stripped away all of the things from other people, I wouldn't be anyone. And I would certainly be less of me. There wouldn't be as much going on there, but there would still absolutely be me. There would be the me that could continue to interpret stuff. So, I'm not going to say that's some sort of silver bullet or solve all philosophy, but that's what I've been working with. So, if you have felt the same way, hopefully that's something you can think about, and maybe that will, even if not work for you, point you in some better directions. Johan is not happy? No, so, like, I'm not gonna lie and say, oh yeah, no, I'm doing great. Aquarium. But, like, I'm not unhappy. I used to be very unhappy. I would say that even when I was starting streaming, I was unhappy. But I've been putting in a lot of work the past couple of years to figure some stuff out. Not through therapy. I did actually do therapy for a while, and man, let me tell you, having a therapist say, okay, you're depressed because you're locking yourself inside, go for a hike or something, and you're saying, well, that's not really an option for my living situation because looks pointedly at world events in 2020, was not exactly great. You know, yes, it would have helped me go outside. I was looking for other tools, sir. But I have been doing some research and some stuff for myself, and I've been finding ways to get myself active, i.e. streaming, producing videos, going out and working again, finding hobbies that I, even if I'm not motivated to do, am interested enough in to trick myself and cajole myself into pursuing. We're making you happy? To a certain extent. And this may sound bad, but it's not so much that you guys are making me happy, and I want to be very clear. streaming, a very big part of that is y'all inklings. It's y'all in chat that come here and hang out and talk. But one of the things that I found was one of the really big parts of my unhappiness was putting it in the hands of others. I focused a lot on things that I could not control and obsessed over those. For example, finding a life partner, the way the world was, how my friends interacted with and saw me. These are things, even just how much time they were spending with me. These are things that ultimately are up to them to decide. So those were really bad things to be focusing on as ways to improve my life and make myself happier, because they don't owe me that. The world does not owe me that. So with streaming, what makes me happy is that I'm finding the energy to sit here and play games that I would not have played on my own. And not only that, record them and stream them and talk about them and engage in them and present it so that I can also interact with other people. I much prefer it when there are people to talk to, but as I've said before, I would be happy streaming even if it was still with no audience, because I find it intrinsically satisfying. True, but I feel like being happy when you're making others happy is just being happy when you get attention, which is not bad, but it is what it is. But again, I am happy about making other folks happy, but legitimately, if no one was watching, I would still be having a lot of fun doing this. And I was having fun for the first couple of months where there was pretty much no one, because it was me taking positive steps in my life to not just sort of space it out. So yeah, I don't know. It's, again, this is not to say that you guys do not contribute to that happiness. I mean, the community is part of why I really love streaming and such, but part of what makes me really happy is that even if this all went away tomorrow, I'm not going to be crushed by the lack of it. I'm not going to be crushed by everyone going away if that happens. I'm a lot more solid and a lot more stable in that regard. And that, to me, is really cool. Wow, I'm no one. No. I'm a lens which refracts that which is in front of me. Is that all personhood is? Maybe. Because the thing is, something I've heard before that I found weirdly comforting is I've heard it said that humans are the universe's way of observing itself. And I think that's really cool. Because I don't think that there's any sort of fundamental reason or purpose to us. We get to define that purpose, so maybe we are a lens, but whatever original weights and biases we have, that's what we use to interpret and create art and add to it. I think that is what personhood is. I think that we are one of the few things that can actually observe and interpret the universe, and I think that's pretty neat. It maybe feels a little flat in comparison to, oh, you were put here for a reason, but I haven't been able to get my mind on board with that, so yeah. Y'all talk smart and have deep conversations. As someone who does not understand math, philosophy, sociology, or game development, well, your conversations are informing and thoughtful. Oh. Thank you, Cicada. I'm glad that they are interesting. I want to be clear, I am not an expert in any of these things. I am an armchair pundit. I am someone who has a tendency to think probably too much for my own good, but hey, if there are things that people get out of my yapping that can help improve their life or even just open them up to new thoughts, I think that's pretty neat. Trust me, I don't either. Yeah, we're all amateurs here. Hey, I also enjoy streaming with, like, no one. I usually don't stream much, but sometimes when I do, I usually have no or those one or two random people who really like me and come back when I am. I enjoy streaming. I know I most likely will never be popular, but I still find it great. Absolutely. No, that's... yeah. I mean, the amount of popularity and success that this project has met with is insane to me. Because as I have said many times before, and as Uno likes to frequently remind me, my original goal, talking about short hops, yes. But my original goal was 10 followers. I started last January, January, not last month is last January. Started January 2024, and I thought if by June I had 10 people following, not even showing up, I thought that would have been insane. And it was. And we've done so much more than that. Yeah, no, it's... I've given this advice multiple times before, but yeah, I think anyone who is trying to stream as a hobby needs to enjoy the act of streaming, not just the act of streaming to people. There's a quiz at the end of the stream. Of course, yes. The Johann philosophy quiz. What does Johann think about these things? Ah. Okay. We can do this. I believe in our ability to get this so that we keep up a pace of 1 seaside per stream. I'm willing to push a bit long for that. You'll never get an A now. No! Ah. I am trying to figure out how to implement short hops, like Jammer was saying. Because I guess we can grab when we're going through there to sort of reset it, but that feels nerve-wracking. Try practicing on the first block. Well, I'm not fully visualizing what is meant by short hops. But, so, if I had not dashed there, I'm guessing do that and then dash kind of dealio is the thought. Whoop. 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 Pretty much? Okay. Yuri is a god? Yes. Wait, are you on the temple episode in the darkness? As in, don't hold the spacebar, just click it. Yeah, yes. Woohoo! Bah. Yeah, no. I will say, it has been genuinely very neat, some of the conversations we've had, where people have put forward ideas that I have not considered, perspectives I have not seen before, which is super neat. And that's a very cool part about streaming as well. Boop, boop, boop. And I will say, sometimes when I've described the conversations... Ah! No! Okay, close. But sometimes when I've described the conversations that we've had on stream, people are like, I'm sorry, you're having what with internet strangers and it's not devolving into horrid things? It's like, yeah, no, we've got a chill group here. That ending 3 jumps is where I die the most on this chapter. I'm not even kidding. I dislike that part. Well, stamina refreshes post-stream jump, so it's safer to just wall cling. No, that makes sense. I thought I was falling short of them, but I'm not seeing that now, so I guess I'm crazy. Also realizing that these two are definitely siblings because that is just the type of trolling siblings do. If not biological siblings, Cheeto and Yuri are definitely siblings in spirit, yes. Need to do that last bit in one fluid motion because you're trying to grab onto the doorbell block. Gotcha. Except when you actually do that part, it's satisfying, yes. Well, isn't that kind of the trade-off of difficulty versus... The more difficult it is, the more satisfying it is when you finally succeed, usually. Whoop, 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 whoop. As long as it's not so difficult that you have to, like, rely on other things for it. Oh, found 2C the easiest seaside? I will say, I do think that this is easier than 1C so far. The first room is rude, but not that bad. This final room is tough, but I think also part of that is I've been a little more focused on the yapping than the Celesting. The world world is really weird when you think of it. Like, random creatures adapt to form into bipedal creatures who somehow take nothing and bring us the ability to hear a guy acting like a blob play a platformer game with a trans main character, if I remember correctly, while people talk to him about the most strange topics ever. Yeah, no, yeah. Sometimes when you take that like moment, for all of the crap that we get in the news and sometimes, you know, feel about the world, it's pretty impressive what humans have been able to accomplish. That's part of why, like, the Discord server's name is Printing Press Revisited, and if I ever do end up... Oh, crap. If I do ever end up doing video essays, that's the name I want to do it under, because things like the printing press, to me, that's like, wow. We figured out a way... I mean, writing is a way for us to preserve the words of the dead, and talk to people who died hundreds, thousands of years ago. It can also help us talk to people on the other side of the world. But I mean, that to me is magic. That I can read words that were written by someone hundreds of years ago. That's insane. And yeah, we are having a conversation across the world right now. We don't even know where everyone is from. And we're having this conversation, not quite live, but pretty darn close to it. That's an insane accomplishment. Oh, I hit the pause button! I mean, yeah, that's... The fact that I can go hop into a vehicle that can take me faster than I could ever run, and go, you know, I can drive a couple of hours, I can drive a couple of minutes and be somewhere completely different that I probably couldn't reach normally in a day. And we've got those as something that is a fairly common thing for people to have. Again, you know, ethics of them, damage to the environment and such be damned. Not addressing that bit of it, but like the actual innovation and creativity that humans have is crazy to me. Oh, alright! Thank you for hanging out, Nobo. Get some good rest, and hope that Girls' Last Tour, as always, makes everything better. What? Sade's Waitus, sorry. In my last replay of the game, the one I did while Yohan was playing the game, I did 3C last because I just didn't want to do it. Gotcha. Weird question, but who would win in a race? Between who? Who are the people that we're pitting against each other? Main character from Celeste, Madeline, or a guy in a leaf blower powered spinny chair? You mean like from Happy Wheels? I think Madeline could probably win. I mean, she's just very mobile. Sorry, let me rephrase. I think Madeline on her own could. Madeline piloted by me, no matter who she's paired against, is probably going to be last. Okay. Oh god. I pressed the grab key and then panicked thinking I wasn't supposed to at that moment. Brain, why? Okay. Drop down. Go! 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 I pressed grab instead of jump. Ah! Just hate Oshiro so much. Character? Great. Gameplay? Die in a fire. Yep. Trying to talk to your friends, play a game, and also watch a stream at the same time. Multitasking is hard. Yes. I am bad at multitasking, and yet I choose to play games while actively holding a conversation with multiple people. That usually means I'm actually holding, like, 2 to 3 conversations at any given time. It's a little silly. Bah! Okay. Oh, no! The way you guys are talking about 3C is certainly intimidating me. I am much afeared. Have fun. Thanks. Okay. Where's 0C? The prologue, but seaside? Bah. Bam, 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 bam. Bam, 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 bam. Bam. The number of times where I'm perfectly set up and then I press the wrong button. I really keep trying to dash there. Okay. No thoughts. Head empty. Too many thoughts. Hey, welcome in, Ollie. Crochet a book sleeve for your best friend. I think she's gonna love it. Also super handy. Or it's super handy. Nice. Exciting. Crocheting a book sleeve. So basically like a slip cover? Huh. Which of the 3 should I stop doing? Watch a stream, talk to my friends, or play a game? Pick one so I can multitask this better. This is going to sound bad, but genuinely, T-West, my recommendation is drop the stream. I would love to still have you here and talking, but I stream and you can watch VODs. That game is something that you're actively enjoying and choosing for yourself. Do it. Talking to your friends. Enjoy your friends. Friends can wait? Oh, wow. Okay. Me out here going, man, friends are super cool and precious. Well, I appreciate that I'm worthy of I'm worthy of that level of respect. Did you talk about the appearance of humanism and the impact it had on the Renaissance yet? Don't think so, unfortunately. I'm actually not that well versed in the Renaissance. A decent chunk of what I know about the Renaissance actually comes from... I'm going to here's a little dirty secret. If you want to know most of what I know about history, go watch Extra History on YouTube, because they do really fun animated videos that cover some interesting topics and do a fairly good job of it. That then gets you to look into the topics a little bit more, do some of your own research and information findings, so that you use those as a scaffolding to kind of get a feel for everything else. So they kind of constitute most of like the skeleton of my knowledge about stuff. So I can tell you about a particular Duke of Urbino and the impact that he had on the Renaissance, but you want me to talk about like the Renaissance in general, and I'm gonna kind of flounder there. But also, welcome back, Quero. Okay. Boop, 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 boop. Bum, 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 ba-dum. Ba-da-ba-dum, ba-dum, ba-dum. No. Now I'm jealous of your best friend. I will make more book sleeves when I have the time again. You need to make one for yourself. It's good to be jealous of your own work, I guess. So crochet a pocket for your e-reader. Ah! So that you can just tuck it in. Nice! Bum, ba-da-da, ba-bum, ba-dum, bum, bum. Bum, bum, ba-da-da, bum, bum, ba-dum, bum, ba-da-da, bum, 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 bum. Ba-da-da, bum, bum, ba-dum, bum, bum, ba-da-da, bum, bum, bum. Ba-da-da, ba-ba, ba-da, ba-bum, ba-da-da, ba-ba, ba-da, ba-bum, ba-da-da, ba-ba, ba-da, ba-bum, ba-da-da, bum, bum, wow, wow. Ba-ba, ba-da-da, ba-ba, ba-da, ba, ba-da-da, ba-ba, ba-ba. Ba-da-da, ba-ba, ba-da, ba-ba, ba, ba-da-da, ba-ba. That was actually weirdly helping? I guess I do often kind of sing to like shut off my brain, but you do indeed have your raid credit. No, I don't want you to talk about the resonance. I was just joking about the fact that you always talk about the most convoluted subjects and the simplest of— Oh no, sorry. Yes, I do recognize that was a joke. I was just realizing, man, I don't think I actually could talk about the Renaissance if I wanted to. Life is really depressing for me at the moment. I'm gonna try and sleep, see a different stream, have a nice time. Alright. Sorry that life is not treating you as well as it should, but thank you for popping in. Hopefully you get some good sleep and things look better in the morning. And one of these days, one of these gosh darn days, I will actually catch an Ollie stream. I keep seeing the notifications too late, but we will try. Most Alina and mod packs are cool until you're standing on ducking fruit and every single block is just a fruit except spikes right in front of you. Oh dear. Oh dear. First part is I also want to mention how I couldn't talk about the Renaissance that much. Bum bum bum. And hey, thank you for the follow. I play Celeste. Glad that you're enjoying. If you play Celeste, you probably actually play the game way better than I do. I don't know if what I can do can really rightly be called playing. Uh-oh. It's the young'uns language. Skibbity. Scattin. Great start. It's okay, because ultimately, right? Ultimately, if you just use the language of the youths, you either will become one of them, or it will scare them off. But either way, you form a bond that works for both. I do find it funny, like, as you get older, the recognition of like, oh, no, older people do just like intentionally misuse slang to mess with you. It's great. Oh, to be very hip and cool and rad. Oh yeah, no, I'm really hip and down with the kiddos. No cap, for real, for real. I'm sure that my opinions are all based. Love how pomegranates explode. Your favorite part of wait, that's only Mona Lena? For how long? Speaking of slang, have you seen that thing where slang is known as slang never stays as slang? Yeah. I mean, I have not seen like a particular thing for that, but in any case, sorry. See, it's amazing the amount of work that one skibbity can do. Welcome in, I Play Celeste. Hope you're doing well. But no, that's kind of the thing. And at the same time, it's also sort of what's old is new again, right? Because I know that a lot of modern slang is stuff that's basically being revived from subcultures from a few decades ago, just kind of hitting the mainstream and such. But yeah, you know, it's language evolves and changes, and we all shake our fist at our elders going, but we'll use the cool language! Like, selfie wasn't known as slang, so it's just kind of here now. Yeah, it just became part of the vocabulary. That's, you know, it's slang, I think, kind of runs through a fitness algorithm, and if people find it useful, it sticks around as just part of basically the mainstream language. And if it isn't, it just kind of fades into obscurity and will sometimes resurface or make its way into like particular subcultures and eventually be rediscovered. But, you know, because like I think one of my favorite examples that is like a really good, in my opinion, word is yeet, because it's a great onomatopoeia. Sure is the bee's knees. Hell yeah. But like yeet is just, it's really good because it's really onomatopoetic, and I think it's something where most people, if you hear that sound, it's really easy to map it to the action. I have met one person who has heard yeet and not like very quickly cottoned on to what it's going for. And that's why I think it's stuck around way beyond its original life. And that's awesome. I contrast that to something like skibbity, where it's... Oh, no! Almost! Just, I hesitated a little too much. Um, but like Skibbity, I suspect will eventually die out because it's some I don't know. It's going to be a little tough because it's one of those things where it's very directly relevant to a particular it started as a particular video, right? And some of those phrases stick around because like jumping the shark is a phrase that gets used and most people understand even if they don't know originally came from oh god, Happy Days, I think? Whatever the show was that was like that it was that American sitcom with the Fonz going, "Ayy." Because towards the end there's an episode where he like literally has to jump a shark to make something happen. And so, you know, like those can stick around, but I think those tend to die out be a little okay. If we had hit the spikes there, I would have cried. Thank you. Then we're gonna take a moment to wrap up the conversation, and we'll call that a day, but whoo! Slang stops slanging as soon as it becomes part of an official dictionary. Absolutely. Like embiggens being used in a string theory paper, right? Although then I guess we can go dunk on string theorists. Oh yeah, time and death count. Basically we're doing about 2-ish hour streams at this point, T-West. So, but we're not just immediately stopping. Oh yeah, we'll take a look at 3C. Right, so save file, left trigger. But yeah, Skibbity might stick around, I think, because it is a fun word to say, and it has already proven that it can break free of its original context. It's just, maybe Ohio will die, but yeah, I don't know. Language is interesting. I'm not a linguist, unfortunately. Death 5:30, and it took us hour 55 after the first one. Yeah, that seems about right. So about 2 hours. At least we got the first we got the first few rooms faster. Partly from some assistance. Haven't seen Happy Days in forever, right? Right? I watched some of the earlier stuff. I don't think I ever actually saw the end of it. I've never seen the shark episode, but man, one that I haven't thought about in forever is Wonder Years. I remember watching a fair bit of. I was very young at the time. Okay, we're not doing it, but we'll... Oh, that's right. No, we did. We took a peek at 3C, and that was already... yeah. Oh, no. Death 3, time 51 seconds? Oh my god. Insane. Well, I know the worst part? This is the easiest room. No! Please, no! No! With the... Oh, no. Yeah, I'm going to be sad, but... we'll try it next time. Less than a minute is actually insane even for you. Yeah, that's... Jesus. But... applause, I'm impressed. Oh, goodness. So, Uno, you were asking about that raid ticket. I take it you have someone in mind, for raiding out to? Ah, I do see that there is a live Shifujin. So, I assume we will be asked to go check out the Johan replacement. Yes, Silver? What is it? Golden 2C in a different stream? Nice. Oh, T2B. Made something cool? Alright. What is this cool thing? I'm intrigued. Look in music, alrighty. Oh, I didn't see that last message, but Essie is saying that it looks like they're shadow banned. I hope that gets figured out soon. Yo. Okay. I am terrified of Johann Ritual. But all right, let's listen to this. We'll do the little wrap up, and then we'll raid out to Shifujin. And yeah, I'm so afraid. Is it just my intro slowed? Oh no. That's genuinely upsetting. Yeah, it does. John is playing for 3 hotel rooms over. Yeah, you're walking. I can I see why you would say ritual because yeah, picture you're walking in the woods at night and you hear this echoing from the trees and the glades. I'd piss myself. Like no shame. I I would not like that. Go back where you came from, spot of hell. Oh my god. Yawn horror game when. Look, I've got other things to execute on, but maybe. Or the Lord's punishment shall befall you. I'm trying. Oh my god, wait. Where's the bois? Bum 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 bum. Yeah, the boom is that's not okay. Add some shuffling sounds, and you've got a good cult theme. Oh, new idea to not finish or even start, possibly for the best. Thank you, Silver. That was truly. I think that merits being blurst. This is the type of music you make now. Fantastic. Alrighty. Thank you all for hanging out. This has been lovely. Had some good conversations, and we actually made it through the game that we were ostensibly playing even. Crazy. We got to hear terrifying cult noises. And just generally vibe. So, thank you all for hanging out. I had a great time, and I'm so afraid for 3C, but we will probably check that out next Monday. But for now, I'm going to bid you adieu, and we're going to raid on over to Shifujin, who a number of folks have been watching now that there's less Johann in the world. Sadness. But he seems pretty chill. Does Baba, plays some other roguelike stuff, has some similarities and overlap, so show him some love. Think he's playing Pokemon right now, it looks like. But yeah, thank y'all, and I gotta run, but have a fantastic rest of your day. Bye. Oh, I mistyped raid / Ray. Very good job, Shifu Jin. All right, thank y'all, but for now, bye. Oh, the work was fun, but the wages low. Leave her, Johann, leave her. I guess it's time for us to go, and it's time for us to leave her.